All right, got out early today. This is about 6:15. Let's see if we can beat that Houston traffic. Hey there, everybody. Happy Tuesday, Crazy Asian Vlog. So start off this morning podcast, talked about the question that Eldon Ford had for me regarding how do you balance between having a family, pays, and then a career, takes about 50 hours a week, and a desire to do a side hustle, to be able to do something that you're really more passionate about, and how do you balance it all? And so I'm a believer that you want to live in the abundance of the word and not at the tyranny of the word or. So a lot of times we have a mentality that we live in a world of alternatives, that we can either have a great work, great promotions, great income, or we can have work-life balance. And so I don't think it needs to be at polar opposites of each other. I think we need to have both. And so when we can get to that mentality first, that we can believe that we can have both when it comes to work-life balance, it comes down to a time and a season. So for him, because he's got family, he's got a spouse, the question comes down to how do I balance those things out? For me, it's really important to have that conversation. Let's see what we can do to be able to get there. And so it might be being able to do it on a Saturday. It might be Sunday nights. It might be putting the kids down and then having a run at running this side hustle, where for some people the struggle is that they want to still continue to do all of their normal activities, like their hobbies, the golf, the watching of sports on the weekends, and that's your time. That's how you carve it in. Instead of living at the mercy of what's happening, you sacrifice some of your time, some of your leisure time, in order to run what you want to be able to really take your overall life in this side hustle. So I think the moment that we can be honest with ourselves and put in the time of sacrifice, we start moving in a way that's meaningful for ourselves. And that's really what it comes down to, is being able to recognize that there's going to be a time and a season to be able to run at different things. I think about the person that decides to run their own business, and for the first few years of their career will sacrifice a lot of time to be able to do the build in regards to their business. And they'll sacrifice whatever it takes in order to get the business off the ground. They might even be sleeping at the office in order to get it off the ground, because you're going to do what's necessary in order for it to be successful. And it's that kind of devotion that leads to great things. And that sacrifice, although it comes at a cost, comes at a trade-off, that it's worth the trade-off. And that's the exciting part about it, is that because there is this opportunity to trade what's happening for what you truly want, in the end, it has the value that you want it to. And so you can still have good work-life balance. It's not the quantity of time, it becomes about the quality of that time and what we're doing in order for it to be really meaningful. So let me just give you an example, okay? So if I look at the week, Sunday to Saturday, I would say, okay, so I'm gonna take Sunday's gonna be fam time, so I'm not going to do anything that takes away from that fam time. So, you know, if they want to watch the football game, then I'll watch the football game with them. If they don't want to watch it, then I won't watch it. If they want to go for a walk, I'll go for a walk. I want to do things with the family. Then Monday night is family night. So where my wife and I can talk to the children about different principles, different habits that we want them to build, and how they can be better character. And then Tuesday night, that's going to be date night. So that's where I'm going to work hard and heavy, but then at 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, when the kids are asleep, my wife and I will have date night. And then on Wednesday night, that's where I'm going to work long. So work till about 9, 10 o'clock at night. And then Thursday, same thing, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And then Friday, I'm going to plug out early for a little fam time. So I'm going to plug out around 5 o'clock. And then, so to be home 6:30. And then so come Saturday, I'm going to go into an office, or I'm going to work from home from about 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning till about 10, and be able to put in a little bit more time on that side hustle. So that's the way that I would mix it in. And again, I'm just giving you an example of a way to approach it. I'm not saying it's the right way, nor am I saying that there is a right way. I think, though, it becomes important if you have a family to have that crucial conversations. That way you're on the same page. Hopefully that's helpful, everybody. Sherm's out. Grabbing some gas and then heading off to a meeting kind of in northwest Houston. So got to make sure that we have enough gas in order to have enough AC and enough gas to get there. So not too exciting. Had a good morning this morning. Great conversation with a couple entrepreneurs out in the Twin Cities. Excited what they're doing to add value to those in the community, highlighting those entrepreneurs. And so I'd say that is a great way to be able to build up that network, is to be able to highlight what other people are doing. And if you want to build out your audience, add value to other people, highlight who they are, highlight them on your page, and you'll find that you'll get more by giving more. Sherm's out. Hey there, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic now. So I totally forgot that I really don't know where I'm going. And without your cell phone, you're kind of dead in the water. So ran off to my meeting at noon from 11:30 to 12:30. And as I'm leaving, phone won't turn on. No big deal, I think. I didn't turn that many times. I think I can kind of walk it backwards. Totally turned down the wrong way of the freeway, got to the end of the freeway as it was shutting down. So not the best of decisions there. But luckily, I was able to get back home. Just took about 15 minutes of time to be able to get to where I wanted to go. Then I was able to get here. And sometimes what happens is life doesn't go the way that you want it to. So I had a 1 o'clock missed the actual, although I was late, the person couldn't make it because they had other things going on. Then I had a 2 o'clock. They had to reschedule for tomorrow at 9 a.m. And then at 3 o'clock, unfortunately, his car wouldn't start, and so I had to schedule him for tomorrow at 3. And then now I'm running back up, and I noticed that there's about 15 more minutes of traffic. So I wanted to just put that out there, that not everything goes the way that you want it to, so you got to be flexible and figure out things that you're going to do to be able to get the job done. So hope you're all doing well. Sherm's out. All right, had a great meeting there. One thing that I'm reminded is you don't need to sell the unsellable. Don't try to convince those that don't want to be convinced. Sometimes when it comes to the power of the persuasion, they aren't going to see things the same way that you do. And it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means they have a different opinion, and then you should move on from a business perspective to someone else to be able to so they can see it the same way that you do. Instead, too many times employees and too many times salespeople try to convince people to see the world in their way. It's okay to walk away and be able to focus in on who you want to focus in on. So in other words, move on more quickly and have your time being spent on people that you think can really help add value to your business overall, and identify the people that are willing to already work with you without having to be convinced. Hopefully that's helpful, everybody. I got the drive ahead of me here, so hopefully it's not too long. Sherm's out.